Oh yeah, remember this one? We already did. So in the previous part, we covered the first variant of the mission, which is like you can beat it in a minute. This one, not so much. This mission is actually one of the hardest ones in the game because, well, the hints that they give you will actually come in handy a little bit more, avoiding confrontation with multiple enemies at a time and such. Though the biggest aspect really is reloading checkpoints at good locations, which is something that I didn't do, which made this mission like very, very hard.
Uh, well, if you ever play this game for the 18th time, now you'll know.
Well, I knew about it. I remember this mission vividly. It's just that the guy that I was using actually did suggest it, but I was like, but maybe if I don't. And it was more or less just my way of being of checking like what benefit does it give me. If somebody just left their apartment key in the mailbox, you should return it probably. I'm sure they're around.
I mean, technically, yeah, they probably are.
Exactly.
By the way, the ambiance, I think we talked about it already in a previous part, but I don't remember. The ambiance in this game is pretty good.
Yeah, especially the ambient soundtrack. It's like a very good combination of. It's a very good combination of simultaneously being music, but not too far from just environmental sounds. And the
Yeah,
environmental sounds do play a big role in it, like the sound of rain and such.
absolutely. This dude.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, you wanna wait for them to go up the stairs before you go there, because your turning circle is very poor. It does, like I said before, checkpoints in this game are very forgiving, so it just puts you straight back in here. This dude may or may not be here right now. So I believe that he won't. Yeah, like they have sort of like a cycle. They have a cycle where they move across the various staircases, and what restarting checkpoints does is it essentially resets all of them to their default positions, which makes the mission a lot more predictable because, especially for when somebody is just like writing a walkthrough for it, because then they can very easily say like, oh, now where if you get out of here, then the enemies are going to be right at the doors, for example.
Yeah.
And also I can with 100% certainty tell you that it's just better in general for you, because my luck with this mission was that they were always like a step behind me, just about to revive when I was backtracking to a previous location.
Oh,
So yeah, literally after every single objective being completed, you are best off just like restarting a checkpoint. And
funny though
yeah.
that I was about to say, the funny though that the trigger for mission 2 is literally dude happens to look through a window.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, also there's another added benefit to restarting a checkpoint. It resets your ammo count, and since you start off with a good weapon as is, yeah, that is a huge benefit if you happen to kill a bunch of dudes already.
Yeah, I joked about it before, but I actually am curious to see how a Forbidden Siren 2 speedrun would go.
I mean, the game does already. I think this game would have an active. I'm not sure if active. I haven't checked it, but speedruns for this game do make sense, but more on stage base, because the stages even have like a built-in timer after you have completed a given objective. You can start them with pressing the square button instead of X, and that way you unlock the time trial mode. It's sort of a little bit like in Ape Escape.
Ah, okay.
So I imagine those kinds of speedruns would make sense because, I mean, the game sort of encourages you to do things efficiently. You
fool!
I honestly just mixed up the buttons at that moment. I was intending to start shooting the dude, but instead I switched to another view. I don't know. I didn't mix up the buttons. I just didn't exit the view correctly.
What possessed him to fill up a room with gas?
Now we're gonna wait for this guy to cross our path over here.
And then get shot by that guy.
And by this time, this other guy, like on top of the freaking staircase, saw us, and it's like, just give me a break. But yes, since we are getting chased,
time to waste.
And this guy gets revived in the meantime, and I run out of ammo. Let's just stay freaking down.
You're just gonna blow the whole building sky high? Is that the plan?
Well, remember, we only have the firing device. We don't actually have any explosives, so that's why we were using gas in the building. Just to give it ignition. And they even properly adjusted for... they even properly show you exactly like where it exploded.
Yeah. You're dead. You're so dead.
Thankfully, he also needed to reload.
You got so lucky.
But yeah, on a couple of occasions in this district, we have to use the balconies to get across to another side of the building that doesn't have a functioning door. Sadly, though, generally that also means coming the way we came in. You know, dealing with the same assholes. And examining a filthy pot to learn a recipe to a local, you know, to a local specialty.
Oh, hell.
Thankfully, if you are... What the hell? Where the hell did you come from?
Did he jump off the top of the stairs? Can they do that?
No, this is the guy who I stole the weapon from. This is the guy who was on top of the staircase.
Well, now he's at the bottom of the staircase.
Jesus Christ. See what I mean? Like, because if I believe that they are specifically programmed to sort of patrol the staircases that you need to enter in order to get to specific locations.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why this mission is so much more frustrating if you don't restart your checkpoints. And this is another thing that we need for a secondary objective for another mission. The light bulbs. Remember how I told you that I was wondering if I can use a light bulb in the military base? This is what I was thinking of. I was thinking maybe this is not unique to just using those specific light bulbs, and whether or not I could just like enable or disable them by hand. But no, that's just specific to that place. Now remember that guy who shot us from the roof? That's this guy. It's our old military friend who revived in the first mission.
Dang.
And I believe that him being taken out is essentially kind of like a unique objective, or they're treated uniquely in that he is not going to revive for a long while. He may revive, I'm not exactly certain, but it's best that you just take his rifle in order to make sure that you don't get shot when you go through there again.
So now we know who killed him.
See, all of them are chasing after me.
Didn't realize this became a freaking Dino Crisis game, dude.
Thankfully, if the enemy has not shot anything out of a weapon, that means it's full. Not necessarily because it's like how would you say it? They will always reload their weapon when they get up, and they have endless amount of ammo for it. So sometimes, in some circumstances, it is actually beneficial for you to drop your actual good weapon at a Shibito, wait for him to revive, and then wait for him to pick it up, reload it, and then you kill him anyway with something else. And that way, that way you get a full gun for free.
Actually, now that I said it, I'm thinking about it. Like, I want the dude behind this to make like a Dino Crisis game.
Sadly,
like imagine Dinosaur Shibito. That'd be hype.
I mean, it would actually make more sense in the oh, hold on, there is another scene from 2 years ago. Now, there was a name that flashed right before the cutscene, and the name of the location. The name of the location was Hanada. That was where Forbidden Siren 1 took place. And the girl that he was rescuing on the helicopter is the sole survivor of that game.
And now she's a Shibito.
Well, no, actually, she's the only one who was okay. By survivor.
Didn't we just see her being a zombie thingy?
No, it's just a vision. And right now, I'm skipping the cutscene because we're not actually doing any objective here in terms of like missions or whatever. I'm just here to pick up some wire. That's it. And here is an example. You see, acquire an item in the storeroom. This is how you know. This is how you know how to do the secondary objectives, and they only show up when once you have already cleared either mission 1 or 2 once. So, for example, if you go into mission 1 and then go into mission 1 again, this information will pop up if you haven't cleared it already. However, that doesn't hold true for like if you go to mission 1 and then mission 2 of a given stage. That information will not show up. It has to be like mission 1 second time or mission 2 second time.
Gotcha.
But again, if you are using a guide, you can just do it the first time through. There is nothing preventing you from doing that aside from knowing where it is. And as I've shown here, you don't actually need to go up to the incline control room. I believe that's what the name was. In order to pick up the key to the guardhouse, you can just go up there and smash the window and get in. And what I'm doing right now is just waiting for my stamina to recover. There is an odd mechanic that I wanted to mention before. I don't make use of it very much at all. But if you are crouching and then you start running, like, you know, uncrouch while holding forward, it seems that you get a speed boost temporarily. But I don't really make use of it because it isn't very it isn't very necessary for the most part. I can't really trigger it reliably. But yeah, as you can see, now the mission objective is cleared and we can actually leave.
just get out.
Yes, this is a very nice thing about these secondary objectives. It doesn't really matter if you finish the stage after completing them. You just need to do it, and then it's done. You can even go into a mission, fail to clear it, but still collect all the objectives, and then you don't have to do them while trying to clear them again. So even resetting checkpoint does not disable those from being collected. And sort of, you know, fortifying the whole idea of looping universe. It's like if it's been done once, then it's somehow in one version of this universe it has been done.
What was that? I don't understand.
Now, this mission 2 is actually quite different from the original objective, because we actually have to meet with Shigeru. He was there during the mission 1, but I'm not sure if we either needed or even could interact with him. I think the way to meet him was actually completely blocked off throughout that mission. And even in this one, it is somewhat confusing how you are actually supposed to do it, and if you happen to have to restart a checkpoint, it also resets certain locations of people and makes it very frustrating, because you have to wait way longer than you would otherwise have to. But yes, since we don't have any means to defend ourselves, we just have to run around the corner and get into the elevator before this guy does, and thankfully this elevator wasn't stopped by him jamming his flashlight in between the doors. Wouldn't that be frustrating?
He certainly seems to think so.
Yeah, I don't really want to find out if he knows how to operate how to operate an elevator. But yes, the sniper Shibito is back in the exact same position that he was before. And right now, what we gotta do is we're gonna actually
hijack the ship.
we have to actually wait here. Remember how we got that phone call before? Now we actually have to find out. Yeah, so this is Shigeru's view. You can see he moves way faster than any Shibito, and also he doesn't go as he
And
moves
he
around.
also moves way faster than when you're playing as him, too.
No, he actually is one of the faster characters. He's also one of the... He basically has the same stamina as either Yorito or Takeaki.
Also, now I gotta wonder, like, what happens if, like, you sightjack somebody and then they stop to sightjack somebody else? Would you both just be sightjacking the other person, or, like...
It's like an endless mirror.
Yeah, like...
You have seen the infinity. I mean, I don't think it's possible to sidejack somebody who is sidejacking somebody else already. Just by the sheer thing of like the game doesn't allow the NPCs to do that in a way. Even Shu, who evidently uses sidejacking to see your location, or rather to see what he is doing himself, isn't like yeah, I believe it's you just don't see it. But yes, he started calling, and now we can pick it up.
Is somebody there? Anybody? Please!
Eh? Is someone there? Where are you?
Help me! I'm on the second floor. A small room. There's machinery and a wheel. What? No! What should I do? What do I do?
Now, well, on the previous version of this mission, this phone call was basically inconsequential. On this version of the mission, it does actually trigger Shigeru to actually pay attention to when we go downstairs and call for his help. If you try to do that without actually contacting him first, he will ignore you completely.
Dang.
I mean, it makes sense. There is a whole bunch of things making noise around here.
Yeah.
Why would you believe somebody just going, "Hey"? Especially since Shibito evidently can use words.
Very basic ones.
And they have that weird filter going on. But yeah, we can see we're right across the door from this guy. We just have to wait for him to just go anywhere but here. But since we don't have any objectives in the rooms that he is exploring anymore, or the rooms in this corridor, then there is absolutely no need for us to take any detours. Okay, now that he's going into that room, that's the best opportunity for me to sneak by. I should also mention that while most of the patterns that the Shibito have been using in Mission Objective 1 and 2 so far have been rather similar, it's not the rule for all of them. A lot of the times, even the Shibito that was stationed at the exact same location as before may be going about a different route or have different friends. But yeah, if I did this without...
Help me, please!
Hang on. I'm gonna try and open the door.
Thank you so much.
Now that we have our escort, now is the time to actually not escape the ship, but instead claim the trophy that has belonged to us since time immemorial.
Dang, he like instantly executed that dude.
So let's arm ourselves with a crowbar, and let's go upstairs. There is this guy over here. There's this guy over here, which I missed. I didn't actually mark him, and I should have. Essentially, this is a Shibito that runs around like an idiot. It's very annoying, and his whole shtick is that he has a trophy, which is an archive item, and we have to get all the archive items. Doesn't even unlock anything from like future stage or whatever. It's just a trophy, and we have to have it.
Over here.
Nah.
Get you out.
Now, Shigeru is not actually going to follow us, which is, I would say, that's kind of a blessing, to be honest. I think it's one of those things that the developers have realized when testing the game, that if he were to actually follow you, this mission would be infuriating to complete.
Tuh.
Because you have to follow this guy. This is him.
Oh. Dang, he's moving.
He is way faster than... He is actually one of the few examples of a Shibito that's faster than your characters. He's also very alert. Most annoyingly, he will notice you without even giving you an alert. You know, that alert which is like going, it makes the screen go red.
Yeah.
He doesn't trigger that, which is annoying because you don't know how close you can get to him without actually setting him off. Now, Ichiko, for whatever reason, doesn't have a flashlight.
You
So-
can beat the cloud things with a crowbar.
Yes, thankfully you can.
What?
You
Okay.
can beat them with regular weapons. It's just that in most occasions so far it was easier to do it with flashlight. You can see him from out there. This is his more or less starting location.
Yeah.
And yeah, in all my playthroughs of this game, I could never find like a good strategy for capturing him, because you can see you have to be in his like more or less vicinity for him to just take off.
Yeah.
And he can take multiple routes as well. Multiple routes which are also infested by other Shibito. Your best bet, your best chance is to just like find a location that he'll pass through anyway. Like for example here. Scare him upstairs and go down and try to catch him on that little intersection. Yeah, you see him taking off even already.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to just ignore the sniper, because Ichiko's a big girl, she can take it. And we got pretty unlucky. We got pretty unlucky because the other dude revived.
Oh, hi.
Honestly, what I should have done was just close those doors to prevent him from noticing me, and also maybe stopping the trophy guy, but now we just have to wait for the sniper to stop looking at us.
Lose interest. You know. There we go. Or not.
No. I lose interest. Or rather, I lose patience, and I just pick up the trophy. The trophy is technically a weapon.
You can beat them with the trophy.
Yes. It is humongous, though.
But considering how out of your way you gotta go to get this thing, that means in one of these loops, she happened across the trophy Shibito and was like, I gotta have it.
Exactly.
I gotta have that trophy.
I was on this tennis team, and I will freaking have my trophy if it's the last thing I do.
That's amazing.
You know, I guess maybe once you figure out that you're in a Groundhog Day, you may as well just try every opportunity you have.
Right, you might as well just swing for the fences at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mission accomplished with your trophy.
We have the trophy.
I'm scared to sleep. I don't want to. Something's coming after me.
Don't worry. I'll be right here watching over you. Relax and get some rest. When you wake up, we'll get away from this island, okay? Yes? How come I always end up involved in things like this? Why me, huh?
Yeah. And in the next mission, we'll see more of what Shigeru's been up to. See you then.